Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome! I'm Jane and my husband Mike does everything behind the camera. We're British early retirees, we have no debt, we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money-saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Sunday we bring to you an aspect of our private lives, the things that we do personally to save money. One thing that we do personally every single month is we go through our budget and we write it down in our budget book. And every so many months we share that budget with you. And that's what we're going to do today. We will put timestamps along the bottom of the screen so you can stop it, start it, watch it all in one go, or just watch the bits that you want to watch. There's lots of details in it, there's lots of explanations on it. As you hear me, everything that you hear will be up on screen. If you want to pause it at any time and think, did I get that? Did I get the details? You can just pause it and you can read it. We hope that you enjoy the video today. If you do, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get going with our budget for March 2025. Let's start with our income for March 2025, and the total is €2,806. That comes from our income from YouTube, and it also comes from 2 index-linked defined benefits pensions that's paid as a monthly income until we die. Our pensions are reduced as we chose to take our pensions at 55. Our income is variable. Our YouTube income goes up and down if our videos are popular, if people let the ads roll or not. And our pensions vary slightly due to the currency exchange rates. So our income is up this month by €122. So if you wonder what our income looks like where you live, that's $2,920, $4,214 Canadian dollars, $4,695 Australian dollars, or $2,316 UK pounds. So we've told you what our income is for March 2025, and you might be asking yourself, is that a lot or is that a little? So let's give you some context. If we both earned minimum wage, then our joint net income would be $2,852. So we're slightly under minimum wage. And in any country, minimum wage is a rough guide of the very minimum that you can live off. Like many people of our age, we've paid off the mortgage. But of course, there will be people who've either not paid off their mortgage yet, or they've always rented and continue to rent. So we live slightly below minimum wage, and we make this work each month by careful budgeting, saving for the essentials such as car and home maintenance, and also the things that bring us happiness. We do anything we want to do, we just can't do everything that we want, and such is life. We live a good life, we're never cold, we're never hungry, we have a happy life, and we're content with our choices. Each time we share our budget, we share something that we call sinking funds. Some of you might call these short-term savings or sinking pots. These are just short-term saving funds for essentials and choices. We have an annual amount for each bill, and these are divided by 12, and that amount is saved each month. We keep a running total of monies in and out, and we use our budget book for that, or a ledger, and keep all the sinking funds in one bank account. So what do we save for annually into our sinking funds? Therefore, our property tax, our business tax, our water bill, the refuse and recycling, wood for heating, car maintenance such as tyres, servicing, aircon for the car and any repairs, dogs for the vet, dogs for grooming, anything for the garden, chimney sweeping, gifts for birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day, clothing, trip to see family in the UK, and an annual trip here in France. And finally, online storage for stuff like Apple storage. So our annual bills, our short-term savings in our sinking funds come to €9,000. So they're bills, they're costs for us to save for. And we break that down into $750 a month to save for those. We have another longer term savings fund, and that's to save for a replacement used car. And we save $200 a month towards that. We don't have a set date for this, but it's when we've saved at least another €10,000 towards a trade-in. So we save $2,400 a year. That's $9,600 every 4 years. Thought we'd share this with you this month about what are our rules for budgeting. We write a unique budget every month and we check any increases that we might need to add in that month. For example, has our electricity bill gone up? Is there an increase for a monthly amount for insurances? The next rule, there's no spontaneous spending. All spending is planned. The next one, there is no pocket money. We don't have an individual amount we take, it's all a joint venture. We make it a rule that we check our budget and our bank account weekly. And we also have a rule that we check all our spending, whether it's at the supermarket, car fuel, pet food, haircuts, all discretionary, and that gets marked down into our budget book. And finally, if it's not on the budget, it doesn't get bought. I always think it's important for us to point out to you the things that we don't buy. And when we run through the numbers, you'll understand why we don't buy these things. We don't eat out. We don't go out for coffee. We don't have streaming services. We don't have Netflix. We don't have Paramount. We don't have anything like that. We don't have any music streaming services. Just listen to the radio, watch the TV. We don't have any car payments. As you saw from that, once we've bought one car, that's when we start saving for the next one. We don't have credit cards. They're not used here. Nobody has credit cards here. If you have a credit card here, it's just something that you have to pay off each month. So in France, for example, there's no such thing as a credit rating or a credit report. You don't need a credit card to book a hotel. You don't need a credit card to hire a car or book a plane. You just use your debit card. So we don't have any mortgage payments, we don't pay any rent, we've paid off the mortgage, and we did that just before we hit 50 by previously overpaying a percentage each month. And we don't have an entertainment budget. And like I said, you'll see why in our budget that we don't do these things. Let's get into the actual budget now. Let's come back to the income. So the income is after we have paid 24.1% of the total income from YouTube into social charges. And social charges here in France pay for healthcare, pensions, and any social security benefits if for any reasons we couldn't work. So for example, you get a percentage of your income if you're unemployed for up to 14 months. And then we have the two pensions as well. We don't pay any social charges on that, and they're taxed in the UK, and they are not high enough in amount of money for either of us for us to pay tax in the UK either. So this month, the total, as a reminder, is €2,806. You've heard people who budget, frugal people, saying we pay ourselves first, and that means we save first and live off what's left. So we start off, we put away €564, which is 20% of this month's income, into long-term savings for needs that are not yet defined. For example, in January, we had to have a chimney repaired because we had a leak. We had some water getting into our property. So we had to spend about €350 paying a professional to come out and make sure that that wouldn't leak again. So the next savings is €200 each month, which is car long-term savings. The next one from that is €755 into sinking funds. And you'll go, Jane, that's €5 more. We always add in that little tiny buffer just in case things increase over the year. They usually don't, but that little bit helps. So the total savings where we pay ourselves first for March is €1,519. So what are our bills, our living costs for March? We've got €400 for the supermarket. That's all food, all drink, all toiletries, all cleaning products, all bathroom products, all laundry products, everything. Now, we don't normally get to spend €400 a month, but we always allow that to give ourselves some kind of a buffer. €300 would do, but it would be tight. The next one is €80 a month for car fuel. Don't forget, we work from home, we are semi-retired, we've only got one car, and it is a diesel car that does 60 miles to the gallon. The next is Mike's mobile phone is 10, Jane's mobile phone is 25. Then we have Orange, which is our home phone, TV and internet is 31. And that is super fast fibre internet as well, so it's pretty good. The next one is €12 that we pay to Crédit Mutuel Bretagne. That is our bank, and that's for 4 bank accounts. No such thing as free banking here. The next one, Électricité de France, is electricity, which is €109 a month. We're always slightly under that, and in May we kind of get a balance back, a little bit of a balance back. We've then got €50 of personal care in this month. I pay 25 to get my eyebrows done, and I'm going to pay 25 to get my hair trimmed. The next one, I'm part of a craft group. We meet up each Friday, and each Friday we donate €5 to a local animal charity. Can't think what this one's called this year. We've changed this year, but I'll let you know in future videos. So that's 5 a week, which is 20 a month. The next one is 35 for butane. We've got one big wood stove in our living room, which heats the main area. But then we've got sort of what we call supplementary heating with our portable gas fires. One's in Mike's office and one's in my sewing room. And it kind of goes that 1 month to another month, one of the gas bottles will need refilling, and that's €35. We then have our health insurance, which is €113. That's 2 health insurance policies for each of us. No, 2. We have 1 each. Then there is 32 a month for home insurance, 57 a month for car insurance. People often ask us, would it be cheaper for us to pay all of the car insurance or all of the home insurance in one go? No, it's not. It is exactly the same price. Then we have €35 a month for pet food, and something that we've had to add in now. We would have normally put this as a sinking fund, but this is a monthly cost. Our old dog Dolly is 13. Her skin is pretty bad. She's not in a good way, and she's now on a med called Apoquel. and it's €150 a month. So it's an essential bill that for my dog. So the total living costs for March is €1,159. So here we are, the scores on the doors, the final figures. We start off with €2,806 and we take off $1,519 into savings. Then we take off $1,159 into living costs. The subtotal leaves us with €128. That's discretionary spending, and you can see with a small amount of money each month, and it's around about that, 120, 150 a month. You can see from that there's not the money there for TV subscriptions, there's not money there for music subscriptions, there's not the money there for eating out or going out for coffee, because it's important for anybody who lives frugally or on a budget to have that discretionary spending as a buffer. And this is a no spend month, so that is definitely not going to be touched. And like I said, this low amount left each month is why we don't buy what we don't buy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments, and thank you to all subscribers old and new. And if you're not a subscriber, go on, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button and join the Frugal family, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.